and welcome to the Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look at what's happening in our city with the most interesting stories from Broadway to Bradford. I'm Lindsay Paris, and coming up, we take you on a tour of Haverhill's new Amazon distribution facility and get a sneak preview of the Pentucket Players' upcoming show, Into the Woods. But first, one of Haverhill's historic gems, the Rocks Village Hand Tub House, has now seen its historic benches, interior walls and windows, and the toll house restored, courtesy of the Rocks Village Memorial Association. The association has tirelessly worked to raise money for restoration and maintenance, and one of their biggest annual fundraisers, the Fall Yard Sale, is coming up this month. As a follow-up to the Journal's visits to the Hand Tub House in 2016 and 2018, we stopped in to see what's new and learn more about the sale.
Hi, I'm Christine Quitchoff, a member of the Rocks Village Memorial Association.
I'm Cindy Doxwitz, president of the Rocks Village Memorial Association.
And we'd like to welcome you to the historic Hand Tub House. The last time HC Media was here was in May of 2018. And we've had some really amazing updates to the building that we would love to share with you. And we'd also like to talk a little bit about our upcoming yard sale. So I'd like to start by showing you the work that's been done on the first floor of the Hand Tub House since your last visit here. The big thing is that we've painted the building. It's all been repainted, this beautiful gray with linen white wall paint. We are very grateful to Kathy McCormick from Sitting Pretty Painting, who has painted the window sashes on all 20 of our windows.
I'd like you to come along with me now and come up to the second floor and show you what we've done on the second floor for restoration work.
So now we're on the second floor of the Hand Tub House. We're in the meeting room. This room has come so far since the beginning of this project. The big news, ta-da, are the settees. All 10 of them have been done, and we couldn't be more pleased to share this with you.
These settees were replaced or reupholstered by Dan Plord of Dan Plord Upholstery. Dan took these settees from beaten up wood and ripped upholstery and horsehair filling to what you see today, matching the upholstery material as close as he could to what was on here years ago when this renovation was done, something like 1918, I think it was.
The amazing part of the story here is that we did fundraising to cover the expense related to this. So Methuen Festival of Trees gave us a matching grant, and the community donated the other half. And we acknowledged both of those donors with a plaque that's on the back of each of the benches. Welcome to the Toll House Museum. So we're thrilled with the way that this turned out. Haverhill residents Jeff Grassi and Michael Reed came in and did all the finished carpentry in here, including the wainscoting, finishing the ceiling, and then we furnished it with some antique furniture. Another asset of this property that's open to the public is the Hand Tub House yard. So we've done significant amount of work to the landscaping. Flowering fruit trees have been put onto the hillside. We have a picnic table here by River's Edge, and this is open to the public. So anyone that would like to come down here and have a picnic, please come and join us at the Rocks Village picnic table. We are excited for you to get a peek at what we have for our sale. We should mention that what you're seeing here is just some, but not all, of what we'll have for sale. We have large pieces of furniture that are actually stored off-site right now. We'll be bringing those in for the sale. Not to mention sporting goods, books, garden equipment, all kinds of outdoor things. Those will also be brought outside for the sale.
All of the items that we have been donated since our last yard sale. Nothing was held over from then. So people have been more than generous. We have many kitchen items, including Corningware, glasses and mugs, vintage pieces. We have holiday items, appliances. These are antique dishes made by Taylor, Smith & Taylor, and they were made around 1913. These pieces are in lovely condition and they'd make a great table setting. I'd like to call your attention to our vintage collection. In the vintage collection we have the Pyrex mixing bowls, the pastel colors that your grandmother used to use.
We also have an awesome mix of vintage and new ball jars. And we know those are very popular, and we expect those will get scooped up pretty quickly. We think we have something for everyone at our sale. You know, we've got a great mix of vintage and modern and, you know, so many things that can complement all the amazing apartments and condos that have been built. And it's just nice to have a complement of modern and vintage to really warm up your apartment or condo and just make it your own.
For the yard sale, we'd like to remind you that we are going to require mask wearing inside the building. We will also have a maximum amount of people allowed into the building. So there will be plenty of things outside to look at. So we're looking forward to seeing you and sharing what we have. Thank you for coming to Historic Rocks Village and touring the Hand Tub House and our latest restoration projects, also the Toll House. And we'd like to ask you to follow us on rocksvillage.org to find out what will be happening in the Hand Tub House in the future.
We have exciting programming that will be coming up that will allow us to use the second floor meeting house. So we're excited to have you, and we can't wait to see you at our upcoming yard sale. So many people have come up to us at the last sale and said, "Oh, I saw you on HC Media." So we're excited to welcome all of the viewers back to the yard sale, and thank you for supporting us.
Looks great. Support the restoration of the Hand Tub House at the Rocks Village Yard Sale fundraiser, happening on Saturday, September 11th and Sunday, September 12th, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Hand Tub House, One River Road in Haverhill. You definitely know them, and you probably use their services when making almost any purchase online. Now, Amazon is right here in our backyard. The world's largest internet company opened their new distribution center just off Route 97 2 months ago. The Journal was invited to tour the new space and see just how Amazon delivers all those goods that last mile to your doorstep. Just a few short years ago, it was a Lowe's home improvement store. But today, the building next to Target in the Broadway Business Park is home to one of the biggest names in the e-commerce world. If you haven't heard, Amazon has set up shop in Haverhill. On July 21st, Haverhill's newest business opened its doors to local dignitaries and press to show everyone what goes on inside.
This is where we receive the packages. They come off of the line hauls with pallet jacks, put them on there, they get scanned so we can receive them, and then they go through the rest of the process. So when a package shows up to the facility, you'll get a notification saying, hey, it's on the way today, because we scanned it here when it showed up. We receive packages on the dock, they get their scan, and they get put on this conveyor. We have people lined up here responsible for each rack, and they'll pick boxes up off the conveyor belt and put it on the rack. And there are people inside the aisles here with these bags, and they'll stow them virtually to the bag as well. So everything has its proper scan. Do you see these lights along the side of the belt? We want everyone to be empowered to stop production, to stop the facility if something is not going right. Any of these buttons will stop the whole line to make sure that nothing happens, that nothing goes wrong. A good example is sometimes packages get stuck to each other and one will fall on the floor. soon as it hits the floor, we hit that button, and it doesn't matter who you are. You can hit that button and stop production to make sure nobody gets hurt.
Perhaps the most important part of the day's agenda wasn't the tour, but what Amazon was giving back to the Haverhill community. Mayor Fiorentini said a few words of congratulations and to thank Amazon for their generosity in donating to the One Haverhill Fund.
We know it's a great day for people who have a job here. It's a great day for the city, but it hasn't been such a great year for many of our citizens. Our citizens, many of them have been unemployed. Some have had struggle paying the rent. Some have had to struggle to get enough food on the table. So we established the One Haverhill Fund through United Way in order to be able to make certain that our goals, that not a single Haverhill person would ever go to bed hungry. Part of what Amazon does in every city in the country where they go is to recognize local charities. And Amazon is here today to make a major contribution to the One Haverhill Fund.
Amazon says that it is committed to not only providing jobs, but to also being a part of the communities in which they are located. And Haverhill is no exception. Here's to a long and mutually beneficial partnership. Great to have him here in Haverhill. Amazon currently has over 120 employees at this location and plans to hire as many as 125 more over the next year. This Labor Day weekend, the Pentucket Players are wrapping up their 2021 season with a high-energy production of Stephen Sondheim's Into the Woods. Now in their 27th year, the Pentucket Players produce 5 shows annually, including 3 musicals and holiday and cabaret performances. The Players welcomed the Journal to a recent rehearsal to meet the cast and crew.
Into the woods to get, I wish, I don't care how the time is now. Into the woods to get the money. Into the woods to lick the smell. The potion. To go to the festival.
Welcome to Pentucket Players' preview of Into the Woods. Into the Woods was written in 1987. It appeared on Broadway. It's written by composer Stephen Sondheim, and it's a retelling of Grimm's fairy tales. It's fun, it's light, it's familiar, it's the characters we all grew up with. So I think people will definitely enjoy it. This is my 3rd time going into the woods, but this is the first time I'm going on the journey with an all-adult cast.
So I was actually a part of the inaugural Into the Woods production that Pentucket Players did back in 2003, and I played Cinderella's stepmother. I was 14 years old, and that was really one of my very first shows that I had ever done, so it was kind of my first foray into theater, and it's kind of a full circle moment for me to be able to come and do it again as an adult. So I played the baker's wife. She is the wife of the baker. She's kind of the brains, I think, of the pairing, and she's a little bit mommy in that way. She very much takes care of the baker, but you know, everybody has kind of their lesson to learn, and she does as well. I don't want to give any spoilers, but you'll have to come and see the show if you want to know more.
It feels great to be a newcomer to Pentucket Players. I haven't done theater in a very long time. This is my first year back in theater and my second show doing community theater, so it feels really good to be back into it and to be with them as well.
Well-mannered, considerate, passionate.
I'm playing the Wolf and I'm also playing Cinderella's Prince tonight. They're very similar, the Wolf and Cinderella's Prince, but they are not the same. And so trying to show 2 contrasting character types that have relation to each other has been a challenge, but it's been fun to do it. So.
Into the Woods is definitely a favorite show of mine. It's not the first time I've music directed it. I've done it several times before. And I think, a bunch of the cast has actually been in it before themselves. So this is, it's a repeat show for a lot of us, which I think is really good because for a lot of us, it's our first show back after a substantial period of not doing shows. It is challenging, it's Stephen Sondheim wrote the music, and he's notoriously challenging to learn vocals. There's a lot of words. But again, I think the benefit is that a lot of his cast is already familiar with it, so we've been able to really hit the ground running and do a lot of really detailed and involved music work, which is really fun.
Community theater is awesome. One of the things that drew me to it initially was that it kind of takes the pressure off in a way. I mean, I feel like everybody comes in with different talents. Some people are singers, some people are dancers. You don't have to be a Broadway triple threat when you have big musicals, small musicals, everyone kind of comes together as a family throughout the process. I mean, we spend typically 2 nights a week or 2 afternoons a week rehearsing, and in that time, over the course of 3 months or so, you know, you really do get very close to these people. My husband and I actually met doing a Pentucket Players show. So the community and community theater is really, it really rings true, is that you really do become a family, you know, the labor of love, it really is.
For example, a shoe.
We have a fabulous cast, loads of energy, wonderful costumes, wonderful choreography, incredible music. The voices you'll hear tonight will be self-evident. If you want to make the journey with us and go into the woods, we would love to have you. Haverhill City Hall, September 3rd, 4th, and 5th. September 3rd and 4th, 7:30 curtain. September 5th, 5 p.m. curtain. Tickets are available on the Pentucket Players website, and I hope to see you in the woods.
To be continued.
And happy ever after.
So much local talent, seriously, I was blown away by their performance. I highly recommend it. Into the Woods performances will be held on Friday, September 3rd and Saturday, September 4th at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday, September 5th at 5 o'clock p.m. at Haverhill City Hall Auditorium. Early voting begins September 5th for the Haverhill mayoral primary, set for September 14th. Mail-in ballots are now available online or at City Hall. You can vote early in person at these locations. On Sunday, September 5th from 2:30 to 8 at Somebody Cares New England, 358 Washington Street, and at City Hall from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. starting Tuesday, September 7th through Friday the 10th. City Hall will remain open for early voting until 8 p.m. on Thursday, September 9th. Registered voters can apply for a vote-by-mail ballot until September 8th to vote in the preliminary mayoral election. HC Media will be broadcasting live election results for the mayoral primary on the night of Tuesday, September 14th. Tune in beginning at 8 p.m. on channels 9 and 22. Celebrate the cultural diversity of our city with the 2021 Haverhill Multicultural Festival, sponsored by the Haverhill Cultural Council. Cooking, music, dancing, and more, representing over a dozen different ethnicities, will be featured in this 4-part festival. Due to the pandemic, the Multicultural Festival is being held virtually on television, airing only here on HC Media Channel 22 and online. Every Sunday in September at 8 p.m., you can catch a new episode of the Haverhill Multicultural Festival here on Channel 22. Don't miss the premiere episode this Sunday, September 5th at 8 p.m. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@haverhillcommunitytv.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our HC Media YouTube channel. And that's what's happening in Haverhill this month. Watch for our next episode in early October. I'm Lindsay Paris, and we'll see you next time.